Hello, good afternoon, Tanzania, good afternoon, Africa, and all audience around all over the world. Welcome again in my program of African Business. My name is Margaret Mtanda, and this is AFROTURK TV. Today we are going to interview the best entrepreneur from Turkish and with the extensive experience in various industry, Mr. Burak Boyuk Saraj. Welcome in AFROTURK TV, and just want to enjoy your interview.
Thank you, Margaret. I'm happy to be here.
Okay, welcome. First of all, can you share with us your experience, why you are from Turkey to Tanzania investment?
Sure. I came to Tanzania in 2010 as a managing director of a mining company. So I ran that company for 5 years in Tanzania as well as DRC Congo. And at the end, we split up, and I decided to stay in Tanzania because at that time, I already made a lot of connections, a good network. I understood the business landscape. So I didn't want to waste all that, time and effort that I put in Tanzania during my tenure with that mining company. So I decided to stay and start my own businesses because I always believed that Tanzania is the future, Africa is the future. So we started with a tourism business. First, we incorporated a tourism company, a tour operator company. We started as a travel agency, and in time, it became a tour operator. And until today, we are operating that company. It's been 10 years. We have several sub-brands under that tour operator business, such as car rentals, medical tourism. We are referring Tanzanian patients to Turkish hospitals, as well as an education business where we are referring Tanzanian students to Turkish private universities. So that is our tourism business. And then our second business was, and still is, a consultancy company where we are very specific about that. We only provide feasibility studies and market research for foreign investors coming to Tanzanian market, and in some cases other East African countries. Our third business is a security company. We have security guards. We have three distinctive brands. One is called Masai Watchers, where we are only employing Masai guards. One is called Lady Askari, where we employ only women regular guards. And one is called Lion Shield, where we are employing men regular guards. And then we have an insurance business called Skyworks Insurance. It's an insurance brokerage. We have a boutique trading company called Skyworks Trading, where we are exporting Tanzanian commodities to abroad. And we have a company providing value-added services. It's called VAS services to telecom operators in Tanzania. It's called B-Mobile Africa. And we have a private equity and venture capital business called AfriCapital, which I'm mostly busy with that. So we are raising funds for Tanzanian businesses, startups, SMEs, even government projects. But we are not limited with Tanzania. We are also having lots of projects across East Africa, Central Africa, and Southern Africa. So yeah, these are our companies. That's what we do. But as I said, I'm mostly busy with AfriCapital.
Okay. How do you identify and evaluate potential investment opportunity in East Africa, particularly Tanzania, Kenya, and Uganda?
We have certain selection criteria. First of all, we are sector agnostic, meaning that we are not particularly focused on any sector. What we are focused on is more the returns in terms of, return on investment, break-even points, good financial projections, that the business should be profitable and lucrative. Other than that, in terms of ticket size, our minimum ticket size is $200,000. So we look at projects from $200,000 in terms of raising capital, not in terms of company value or the project value. So those are our main criteria. We don't really advertise ourselves out there to find businesses. It's a word of mouth market. They usually come to us. So currently in our project pipeline, we have 95 businesses across African continent. And I think we are adding at least 1 or 2 new projects every month. Yeah.
All right. What do you see the most promising opportunities for the investment in Tanzania economy?
Well, there are tremendous opportunities in pretty much every sector in Tanzania because it's a massive country with endless natural resources. In terms of size, it's a very big country. But more importantly, the market, you know, Tanzania is a very young population, reaching soon 70 million people, and one of the fastest growing populations also. So that creates a massive market opportunity for many different sectors. But if you ask me, like, our favorite is fintech. Financial technology related businesses, and it doesn't need to be only financial. It can be, you know, agri-tech, it can be meditech, edutech, anything, basically any sector combined with technology. We see lots of opportunities, and also our investors are really focusing on those sectors.
Thank you. Okay, how do you think Tanzania economic growth and development can be accelerated through private sector investment?
Any country in the world, whether it's a developing economy or a developed economy, the backbone of that economy is the private sector and the SMEs in those countries. Even when you look at Tanzania, there are some very big businesses, not only in Tanzania, but they are also operating across Africa. But there are very few of them. So what would make Tanzania stronger in terms of economy and in terms of investment ecosystem is the SMEs. The country needs to strengthen the SME sector and MSMEs as well, including the startups. So the economic growth and the economic growth will come with that. It goes hand in hand with the SMEs. So yeah, that's what I would think.
How does Africa prepare the social and environmental responsibility in its investment in decisions?
Actually, it's not only our decision because we are managing the funds of other investors. So we are raising capital for each project separately, but also we are working with lots of funds. So all those funds and individual and institutional investors, especially abroad, they already have ESG agendas and regulations in place. So whatever business we are bringing, we are taking to them, those businesses should have those kind of positive impact, whether it's economical, socio-economical, or environmental positive impact. So they should always be there. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to access to that capital anyway.
Okay. Well, how does Africa Capital mission and value guide in your investment decision and approach to work with the investors and local partners?
I guess one of the most important thing we are looking at is the people behind that project, the team. So whether it's a startup or an SME, the first thing we look at is what kind of people are behind that project. Do they know what they are doing? Do they have the experience in their respective field? How is their feasibility studies and financial projections or overall pitch deck looks like? All those elements gives a very good indication to us on what type of business we are getting into. So I would say people comes first, and then of course the track record, whether it's operational track record or financial track record, banking history, all that really matters. Another thing which is very important is the compliance. We look at the compliance during the due diligence stage. So the financial due diligence, legal due diligence, these are very important matters as well. We can immediately spot some businesses who are not compliant during the due diligence stage. So those are the businesses we try to stay away. But the statutory compliant projects, businesses, so those are the ones we prefer to work with.
Okay, all right. Can you share insight on the role private equity in driving economic growth and development in Africa?
Sure. Of course, I'm a big advocate when it comes to private equity and venture capital in Tanzania and across Africa, because unfortunately, especially for startups and SMEs, access to capital is very difficult. In this economy, in this market, access to finance through conventional financing methods, which is banks, is very difficult because the banking system in Tanzania is based mostly on collateral. So if you want to get a term loan or any other financial facility, you need to provide a collateral to the bank. Where in other economies, of course, collateral is always part of the deal, but they will focus on your business first. So they will look at your projections, how the future looks for your company, if you have a good product, if you have a good market entry. So all those considerations are in place. But unfortunately here, those comes really second. As long as the collateral in place, sometimes they don't even really focus on those factors. Therefore, that environment, that conventional banking environment, makes it very difficult for Tanzanian businesses to access capital. Thus, private equity and venture capital comes as an alternative solution because unless it's debt financing, as long as it's equity financing, in many cases there won't be a need of securities or guarantees or collaterals in place. And that gives a great opportunity to Tanzanian businesses, especially startups and SMEs, as a alternative financing solution.
Okay, well, recap to measure the impact and the success, its investment, and what the metric do you use to evaluate the performance?
We have many KPIs in place. What we do is, of course, at the end, we are working with these companies, but we are representing investors as well. Therefore, for us, the most important thing is whatever has been promised to the investors are being delivered. So during the pitch sessions, if there are certain ROIs or break-even points or certain financial projections or revenue projections are promised, so we always try to make sure that they are delivered to the investors. So I would say our most important metric is that one. So what has been promised, are they able to deliver? And then, of course, positive impact is it's very important as well. It is important for us, for the companies as well as for the investors, so that of course the commercial returns, the commercial success makes a big part of the success story, but as well as the positive impact. So if we can crown that commercial success with positive impact, so I would say that is a real success story. So that's another metric we look into as well.
Okay, tell us the communication between Tanzania and Turkey and how the businesses work.
Turkey and Tanzania has great relationship in many different fields in terms of trade as well as on the social aspect of it. So as I said, I live here since 2010, so it's been 15 years, and I could see the Turkish influence more and more every year. Turkish Airlines is flying 3 different destinations in Tanzania, including Dar es Salaam, Zanzibar, and Arusha, and every day. So that's really makes a difference. We have a very active embassy and a very active commercial department in our embassy, and there is a big trade going on between Tanzania and Turkey. That said, those numbers are not at the level that we really wish, but it is coming. It's increasing. There are plenty Turkish contractors winning government tenders and executing those tenders in Tanzania. There are lots of small and medium Turkish businesses and entrepreneurs operating in Tanzania. So it's very good to see that the Turkish influence as well as the presence is increasing day by day.
Okay, for the time you have been here in Tanzania and the way you work with the different companies, how the government of Tanzania is participating or collaborating with the Turkish?
As I don't think Tanzania is particularly focusing on any country when it comes to trade matters. But what the country does, what Tanzania does, again, especially with the current regime, with the current government, they are amending lots of regulatory frameworks to make it more welcoming and appealing for foreign investors as well as for the private sector in general. So I really appreciate that. So of course, those kind of positive initiatives by the Tanzanian government, of course, affecting all trade partners, including Turkey. So therefore, yeah, I'm happy to see that the current government is extremely investment and private sector friendly, and we hope that this same trajectory will continue.
Okay, for the first time you came in Tanzania to establish your company, what challenges do you face?
Of course, there are lots of challenges, but I always say only the type of challenges will differ. Yeah, I told him. It's different type. So during my first years, of course, the regulatory frameworks were not as friendly as they are now. So I would say the main challenge was that. But as I said earlier, the country is changing in a very fast pace, and it's becoming more and more investment and private sector friendly. And also with that, those kind of challenges are decreasing. So yeah, I'm glad to see that.
Have you made the business forum and what the impact
Which business forum?
in your company? Have you ever made the business forum, like a meeting, calling membership, working together and exchanging ideas?
So with AfriCapital, we have a monthly engagement and networking event. It's called CFMC. It's a Capital and Financial Market Circle, where we invite professionals and business owners across many different sectors, but mostly from the banking industry, as well as transaction advisories, stock exchange brokers, law firms dealing with investment matters, and so forth. So that is our own platform where we are able to meet with lots of different peoples from different sectors, and it is also a platform where we can exchange ideas and discuss about the current business environment. So I would say, answering to your question, I guess the main platform for us as AfriCapital is that event. But on the other hand, we are part of many different organizations. I'm a member of CEO Roundtable. I'm a board member of American Chamber of Commerce. I'm a board member of FinTech Association Tanzania. And as a company, with all our companies, we are member of different associations in their respective sectors.
Oh, for your experience, what the advice do you give the young entrepreneurs?
Young entrepreneurs. Of course, this is a very wide question. So what I will tell them is they should not lose their hope or courage. As long as they are consistent, as long as they believe in what they are doing, the doors will open for themselves. For example, we discuss about the difficulties on accessing to finance, right? So if they went to a certain bank, a commercial bank, for a loan, and because of lack of collateral or other type of securities, they were not able to access to that loan, some entrepreneurs at that moment, they are really losing their hope and their motivation, and they go another direction. But there are many different opportunities, in these markets. As I said, private equity and venture capital is an amazing alternative for them. But over and above that, they should never lose their motivation, and they should continue, they should carry on. And as long as they are consistent, somebody or a company or an investor or a buyer or a client will see that and will appreciate that. And they will have that chance to work with that entity. They should just keep moving forward.
Okay, you said you have been in Europe and other, European countries. And what have been interested you to invest in Tanzania?
So this is a question I'm getting very often. The answer is simple. So when you look at the whole world in terms of investment opportunities or in terms of market opportunities, there are only two, in my opinion, there are only two places left still with those kind of virgin opportunities. It's Africa and South America, right? The rest, North America, Europe, Asia, it's full. There's lots of competition. There is not much room left to navigate, to grow. Where Africa is still having tremendous opportunities in everywhere you look. So it's a no-brainer. The future is Africa, and everybody knows that. Everybody is looking at Africa. Everybody wants to do something here. have a footprint here, and if they don't, any company, any investor, any fund, whatever you name it, they will regret it. Especially, and not so long term neither. I'm talking about in the next 5-10 years. This is the time to come in. Otherwise, it will be late because this market is growing so fast. At some point, competition will be an issue even in Africa. So time to come here is now, or maybe in the next 5 years, and after that, the opportunities will be more strict. So therefore, time is now. Yeah.
Okay. For your experience, which sector of the business you think that in Tanzania, if they will focus, Tanzania will get more development?
As we all know, agriculture is very big in Tanzania, and a big part of the population is depending on the agriculture. As I said, as somebody who's operating in the investment ecosystem, we like fintech and all that. But when we look at the real sectors, I think agriculture has some amazing opportunities. It's just you need to bring the right type of financing, and you need to bring right type of technology, which is customized for the local dynamics. So if you can create that environment in the agriculture sector, agriculture can become massive. It's already big, but it's nowhere near compared to its potential.
All right. You said you talked about the also you make students about Turkish and Tanzania. How do you make it?
Yeah, we have a business called Sultan Academics, where we are referring Tanzanian students to Turkish private universities. We work with 8 or 9 Turkish private universities, and yeah, we are referring Tanzanian students every year. So it's not really a major part of our business, but we've been doing that since 2016 now. So next year will be 10 years. Yeah.
Okay, there is some part I just want you to make it clear for the student of Tanzania who want to go in Turkey. Are they getting loan of Tanzania to go for Turkey University?
Not really, because we don't also deal with scholarships. So we are dealing with private universities and students who are where their families are paying for those universities. So it is more a commercial business rather than a social kind of business where you deal with scholarships and all that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much for this interview, and we are glad to have this opportunity with you today. Do you have anything for AFROTURK TV to tell us?
No, it was my pleasure. Thank you. So what I can say to my fellow Turkish entrepreneurs and investors maybe, they should really consider investing in capital markets in Tanzania and across Africa, in SMEs, in startups, through private equity and venture capital. Because Turkish, mostly, we are more FDI people, foreign direct investment. So they will come and do something physically themselves. We don't usually, I mean, when I say we, my fellow Turkish, usually we don't like to invest through third parties, or because they would like to have the control on that business. But that model is very old school now. because that model will require them to be here. Where in private equity, they can still continue their businesses and their lives in wherever they are, let's say they are in Turkey, and have great opportunities here. And companies like ourselves will be managing those funds for them and their dividends and their repayments. So what I can say or what I can suggest is for them to consider this new investment tools because it's been used in all the developed economies, mostly in US and in European Union countries. But unfortunately, that is not as big and developed in Turkey yet. Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, the end of this program is not, is the beginning of the another best program. This is the African business. You are going to watch this program, which we have discussed with Mr. Burak Buyuk Saraj, the CEO and founder of the African Capital here in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. See you next time in my program, and don't forget to follow our social network, YouTube channel, Instagram, and Facebook. See you. Bye-bye.